It's a tough one on the scoreline here. 122 to 107 loss, losing by 15. But the scoreboard really doesn't tell the full story of how the Raptors played in this one. So let's break it down and explain why in tonight's post-game show. And for this post-game show, we're grinding through. It's 12:24 in the morning in Eastern Standard Time Zone. It's late. I'm tired, but the game helped that out. The game was entertaining. The Raptors played ultimately pretty well, except for the fourth quarter where the Kings run away with it. But hey, this is a probably playoff team in the Western Conference at home. The Raptors, maybe in a way, their schedule's been loaded with games. It's been loaded with good teams they're playing against. They've been seriously injury depleted. Maybe fatigue settles in some capacity. Who knows what the reason is, but the Raptors falter absolutely in the fourth quarter. And the scoreline will look ugly. But for the people who watched, they'll know the Raptors played pretty well here. Before we get into why, make sure you do smash that like button if you enjoy and subscribe for more content just like this for virtually every Raptors game. So, not a lot of weapons right now for this Raptors team, but what's been keeping them in games is RJ Barrett's play, first of all, Gradey Dick's play, second of all. Unfortunately, Gradey Dick wasn't at the races today, one of the off nights for him, but big step-up game from Davion Mitchell. Nice to see that for him. Pretty rewarding, I'd say, for him as well, doing so in his return to Sacramento after the trade in the offseason. But offensively, this team looks fluid. This team is moving the ball really well, finding the right shots a lot of the time, and it's enjoyable basketball. I am excited for Raptors games this season as a result, where last season it was almost like, time for your Raptors game, honey, and it's just the cloud over my head of having to do this every other night. But we're 2-7, but this team is in a great spot with the way things are going right now. They're keeping competitive here, despite what you see on the scoreline. They're keeping competitive in every game, and they're on the right path at the moment. This got to be like the happiest 2-7 fan base you'll ever see. I say that after every game. But let's take a look at the box score. RJ Barrett, 9 of 19, 23 points. It's just kind of what he does at this point. Filling up the scoreline. Abaji, solid, 12 points, 2 of 7. Solid. It's on the right path for Abaji for sure. Pirtle, 10 points, 8 rebounds. Kind of got bullied a bit on the glass by Sabonis, and we'll discuss where the game went wrong after we go through the box score here. But like I said, it was a rough night from Gradey Dick. 3 of 10, 0 of 5 from 3, just to 7 points here. Tough one after a good run of games, but off nights can happen. Davion Mitchell, speaking of off night, he maybe held one of the Kings players to an off night, but he certainly had an on night. 20 points, 8 of 11 shooting, 2 of 3 from 3 with 6 points. An explosion of offense from Davion Mitchell that we have not seen enough of this season. On the other side of things, De'Aaron Fox had his off night. He was 5 of 17. Granted, 9 of 10 from the line, which got him up to 21 points, but he shot the ball very poorly as a result of the play and defense of Davion Mitchell. And hey, it kind of sucks. Like, Davion Mitchell subs out for your Fox, and you see Jamal Shed coming in, and also a great defender coming off the bench. Also off the bench, Boucher in 23 minutes was fantastic, especially early on in this game with 17 points. I'm liking what I'm seeing from Jonathan Mobo in his minutes. Great energy guy. Good IQ off ball. Just does the dirty work for his teammates. Walter went out injured. It's pretty clear Walter will need some time in the G League to work on his game a bit. That's completely fine. We saw what that can do to a player with Gradey Dick last season after he spent some time in the G League. For the Kings as well, DeRozan cooked us. Just was absolutely on it tonight, dialed in, knocking down jumper after jumper. Sabonis as well. It's a 17-point triple-double with 13 assists and 11 rebounds. Ultimately, where the Raptors crash is the hustle stats and the possession stats. The Raptors, 12 turnovers here. A little bit more than the Kings. 2 more. They concede 3 more points off those turnovers than the Kings. And it's the rebounding. The Kings get 16 offensive rebounds compared to 8 by the Raptors. they take 3 more field goal attempts, and they take, I'm doing my math, 17 more free throw attempts. So they don't outshoot us here. Our field goal percentage was better. Our 3-point percentage was better. But they take way more free throws, way more efficiently. They take more field goals in general. And that's enough for this team to get over the line. A bit sloppy in certain areas for the Raptors. But again, the offense has been pretty fluid. It's just disaster fourth quarter where it all implodes. 14-point fourth quarter, and it cooks us. Yeah, we were up. They reverse it by 19 points. We were up by 4 going into. We were up 93-89. Yeah, 93-89 going into the fourth quarter. But the Kings turn it on, switch it on, and completely turn it around. But that's okay. We're seeing this team in a good spot. Quickly's out injured. Barnes out injured. We're getting a really good look at some of these rookie players, and this rookie class for the Raptors is shaping up to look really nice. Shed and Mobo, 31st and 45th overall picks. Later draft, older draft picks, they're looking good. They're looking like guys who can give you consistent rotation minutes on a night-to-night basis. Walter, not even really seeing the flashes as of yet, but it's really looking like he's not up to speed yet. And I can forgive that for a player who missed preseason because of injury and got injured today as well. But some time in the G League should be necessary, and I think it will help Walter. And I'm excited to see what he can do with the Raptors 905 this season. I'm sure he'll have a lot of words on what he's doing with the Raptors 905 this season on the Amateur 905 channel, which you should also check out when that gets going. But make sure you subscribe in advance right now. As for the Raptors, it's brutal, to deal with these injuries, to deal with this difficult schedule to start the season. What are you really going to do? They've consistently played against playoff teams, and they've consistently kept it competitive against those playoff teams despite all the turmoil surrounding them. Now the reward for what's been going on and how they've been playing is 2 days off and then a back-to-back against the LA teams. They're away at the Lakers. They're away at the Clippers on Saturday. They are away at the Lakers on Sunday, and they're back for the NBA Cup opener for themselves on Tuesday against the Bucks, who should be a good team but have been struggling. So expect more tough games and tough losses, but every game they play right now is a competitive one. So as Raptors fans, I really don't think that we can be asking for much more from this team than we're getting. The defense is bad, and I understand that. And some of the schemes defensively are bad. It's not the best players out there to try and make a good defense work, and that's where I guess adjustments would have to come. But right now, the big thing is if the offense is clicking, the offense is working, and I think absolutely that is the case, and there's reason for optimism, not necessarily for this team, but the best thing for tanking is competitive losses, and we're getting really good at doing that. And having leads in the fourth quarter, not winning these games. And you do want to see them figure out a way to get over the line. But for now, I got to say, I am happy with the way things are heading for this team. And I think it can only get better from here as we get healthier and as these players get better. So we shall see. You can follow along the season and everything beyond that with the Raptors right here with Amateur Hour. Make sure you subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on any future content, and drop a like if you enjoyed this one. Reminder, we do content like this for pretty much every Raptors game, so stay tuned for more.